The story today is we're watching the old WTBS studio show, World
Uh-huh.
Championship Wrestling, from June 21st, 1986. And it is, well, a little different. The version that's online is a shorty, but a goodie.
Yeah.
Excited to watch this one with you, but I wish it was a little longer. That's what she said. Uh, what no one has wished was any longer is your 40-year anniversary, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was Lois and I had a road trip for our 40th anniversary. We loaded the dogs
Wow.
up in the Explorer. And by the way, you know anyone who wants to buy an Explorer?
Are you over it?
Yeah, big time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You were loving it before.
I know, but I've had enough of it now.
What
And
happened?
I've only been paying for it for a year. Just a lot of recalls. And I'll tell you this story here in just a minute.
Uh-oh.
It's kind of goofy. Anyway, so we get in the car and we drive from Atlanta to Jacksonville.
Mm.
We have the big weekend in Jacksonville where we have a live Dynamite, and the two Dynamites, we taped two Dynamites, which is a lot. And then all those matches for Elevation, all those matches for Dark. So I get a place at the beach, a house at the beach.
Can't hide money.
Yeah. And Lois and the dog stay in the beach house basically those 4 days because our taping schedule is pretty, I don't get to spend that much time with her, put it that way. But we did have breakfast at the beach diner.
Did you invite Jim Ross or did you just run into him there?
I didn't run into him, didn't invite him. Just me and Lois. It was our anniversary breakfast, the day of the anniversary. Then we had dinner later. So we got to do that. So then we drove afterwards on Tuesday. We drove to Wilmington, North Carolina.
Wow.
7-hour trip to see Lois's niece and rented a house there. Nice house in the historic part. Then we drove up to Baltimore.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. And boy, did we have a good time, didn't we?
Oh, the best. Jeff Garrett and I can't thank you enough. You are a very special guest on our very first live show. And you could tell that Jeff was finding his sea legs, but boy, you came in and just took over. It was fun, man. Thanks for coming.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Lois and I earlier in the day had lunch at Jimmy's Famous Seafood, which
How was it?
It's the best restaurant in America, and they have done so much great work on there, haven't they?
Yeah, man. That patio area is
Oh,
unbelievable.
we stayed out there with the dogs, and it's funny. We had the dogs on a leash, and I knew we were going to be in the patio area because that's where Johnny told us the dogs can go. And I went to the front door and I looked in the front door and I told him, I said, and I saw Johnny and I hugged him. And then I said, can I bring the dogs through here? And the girl said, dogs are family. Bring them in. And I thought, wow, what a place. What a great place. So we had a great lunch, took Lois back to the hotel.
Now, isn't it true that one of your dogs dropped anchor right there in the foyer?
No, it's not true.
That's what I heard.
That's the I may have, but they did not.
Why are you shitting the floor still?
Okay. So my dogs are well trained, buddy. My dogs are housebroken.
Well, I'm sure that's because of Lois, because you didn't housebreak Lois for shit.
That they may not be like your two dogs, okay, that shit everywhere in the mansion. My dogs are housebroken. Except Bug shit on the floor of the Batcave the other day. So anyway, I had a great time with Jeff. Had a great time with you. Jeff, it's a little behind the scenes story here, Inside Baseball. Jeff was really concerned about this show, wasn't he?
Oh God, he was so nervous.
Yeah, just like, I don't know. I've never done one of these. I thought he did great, man.
He's fine. He's a natural storyteller. He just had to simmer down now.
Yeah, absolutely. Just be yourself.
I think in his head, hey, I'm going to be working in front of a new crowd. I got to figure out, I understand that, but it's like at the same time, dude, these people have already heard your show and like it. So
yeah,
they're already fans. You're good. You don't have to win over strangers here.
Right. We had a lot of great people who help us out. Of course,
gosh, yes.
Paul Bromwell is tremendous. And who else was there? There was who was running the board? I don't think I'd ever met him before.
Oh, Mr. Odom.
Mr. Odom.
Yeah, did a
I
great
don't.
job too.
Yeah, he did a great job. I don't think I'd met him before. So
He's on our Monday calls.
right, but I never met him in person.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, I got a good staff. Great place to go. I can't recommend Jimmy's Famous Seafood enough.
Agree.
If you're in Baltimore,
even if you're not, you can get that shit shipped over at
yes.
jimmysfamousseafood.com. That's what I do.
Right. Our neighbors took care of our mail and watered our plants out front, so we're ordering them a big box to say thank you. And,
how about that?
Yeah, it's just so we had a great time. I can't wait, and I don't know what you got planned.
Uh-oh.
I know I'm not going to be able to do football this year, so I've kind of given that up.
Wait, you're done with football?
No. And that's because I've got
Friday night shows
and a bunch of comic cons to go to on Saturdays to promote the comic books. So I've kind of given. So anyway, I don't know what you've got planned for the summer for your crew, but I think it'd be a great idea if we start going out again. I don't know if you think it's too early or not to hit the road and do our shows, but I have such a great time. I really do.
We have a standing offer in Rochester.
Yeah, I know. We need to go back. And I believe AEW is going to go back to Rochester soon.
They are in September. And by the way, I've also heard, according to the rumor or maybe it's November. I don't know, whenever they're going back.
Yeah.
I got a text from an old friend of ours just earlier this morning.
Okay.
Whitney Wright is interested in coming to a live What Happened When and wanted to know when the next one was.
Are you serious?
And I said, well, you know what? Just for you, I bet we'll schedule one.
Oh my God.
And of course, Megan says, who's texting this early? I was damn sure not giving the real answer.
Okay. So Whitney Wright. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Can't bring Lois to that one.
Oh, you could. Whitney would love to be Lois. What are you talking about?
Anyway, by
the way, if you're not sure who we're talking about, don't Google it at work. Just a little pro tip.
Yeah.
Google it when you get home. And it's private time, and your wife's putting the kids to bed or something.
Yeah, something.
Don't do it at the office.
Don't do it at the office. So, I don't know why I grabbed that thing. If you're not watching video, I meant the thing on the mic. Never mind.
I feel like that's how the horseman used to pass you cigarettes.
So do you want to get back on the road and do things again? Or I know you're up to your eyeballs in mortgages and everything. And I know you're
good. I think I'm good.
Okay. So let's do this again, because I got time and I want to do it and I have a great time. And it's great connecting with everybody. I love, meeting. Oh, by the way, thank you to the lady from Elizabeth Bakery for all the cupcakes.
Oh my gosh, Lindsay. Dude, how cool was that?
Oh my God.
She didn't just make Jeff Jarrett cupcakes.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't just make Tony Schiavone cupcakes. She made Conrad Thompson cupcakes.
Right. We're talking about with faces and logos. Yes.
Yeah. And John's beautiful fiance there at Jimmy's Famous Seafood, she ate me. So there you go. Could have ate you, didn't.
Well, you are the star of the show.
Oh, Jesus.
Never forget that. And you'll say sometimes, well, we can do a live show, but I can't go. Well, then we're not doing the fucking live show. Okay. It's not Tony on stage. It's not Jarrett on stage. It's Conrad and Tony. It's Conrad and Jeff. It's Conrad and JR.
But if it's Tony and JR, it could work.
No, it's gotta be you.
So
you are the
baby came.
You are the master of ceremony. So anyway, we did that, and then we drove down to Virginia, and saw some of my relatives. Got together with my friends. I don't know if you saw it on Facebook, and
it looked like a damn lineup.
Yeah, it was a lineup, and unfortunately, my brother-in-law was very sick.
Oh,
so yeah, really sick. So we had to go. We didn't have to go. We went to see him at the hospital, and we were going to stay with my sister, but couldn't because he's been so sick. But so we go to Craigsville and I hang out in the backyard, and my daughter said, how come you look the youngest of all these guys? And I said, I was the one who left town. It's very apparent that if you stay in Craigsville, you age.
It's
Quickly.
because of our great friends at justformen.com.
No. Yes, it is for the beard. I don't color the. How many times have I told you I don't color my hair?
I don't know.
However,
I don't listen to you most of the time.
However, now that you are getting ready to turn 40.
Hey, watch it now.
Yay. You are going to have to consider Just for Men for your beard. I can't wait to see a gray Conrad Thompson.
That's gonna be have you met my dad? It's not, I mean, it's pretty much what it's going to look like.
Yeah. So anyway, I know that's coming up, and we will talk more about it next week, which obviously next week is closer to your birthday. So anyway,
this is my last.
It's your last one in the 30s, right?
My last week. Yeah. By the time next week's episode airs, I'll be 40. This is my last What Happened When in my 30s.
Wow.
How about that?
That's amazing. It goes by quickly, buddy. Wait, 50, 60. It goes by quickly. So anyway, back to the car very quickly. I told Lois, because our buddy Paul Bromwell's got one, and I've been in it before. Told Lois, I said, I want a Range Rover.
Oh, look at this motherfucker here.
No, wait a minute. Hang on.
Hey, Megan, Tony's getting a Range Rover. He's going to be too uppity to fucking come to supper. What's that? She says she's too uppity to come to our goddamn wedding. That's when he had a fucking Ford Ranger.
Can I finish fucking anecdote?
Yes.
I told Lois I want a Range Rover. She said, well, you know, you've only been paying on this car for like a year and a half, so I don't know if you can get out of it or not. And I said, yeah, you can get out of anything. So then I get a text from Britt Baker.
Oh,
my buddy.
Oh,
and it was a text that, look what I bought. And it was a picture of a Range Rover.
Yeah. Now you can't get one.
That's right.
Because Lois would think the fix is in.
That's exactly right.
Well, just so you know, Megan's had one for 3 years.
She like it?
Yeah.
They're nice, aren't they?
They're okay.
Oh, okay.
Technology's way behind. I'll tell you this.
Oh, really? Technology on the Range Rover way behind?
Yeah, I think so. Here's the thing. That's worth mentioning. A lot of people are going to discourage you and say, oh, it's going to be in the shop all the time. Oh, it's so expensive to take care of. Mm-hmm. And I was one of those people too. I said that because I had a friend who had one. That being said, that's not what Megan got. Megan got a newer model. This latest generation, dude, it's rock solid. All in the 3 years we've had it, it's been like tires and oil change, nothing else.
Good.
So I would encourage you to take a look at it, but I'm also anti new car, and I know you love a new car.
Yeah,
but I like a
you like a one
used car.
You like it one with little miles on it, right?
Hey, don't talk about my wife like that.
I was talking about mine.
Oh,
who's got a lot of miles on her now.
But they're highway miles, Tony. They're not city miles.
No.
You took her to the store in town once a week, to church.
Yeah.
Those are the only miles she's got on her.
Yeah, you know what?
Traffic.
Christmas this year, Lois's, which was a brand new car, is going to be 3 years old. She doesn't even have 10,000 miles on it right now. That is an old lady car.
Yep.
That's what that is.
What's wrong with that? I love old lady cars.
Yeah. So anyway, there you go. So there's my my 2 weeks together. And then we drove from we stopped in Greensboro, but we drove all the way down from home, Virginia, back to Atlanta. 2 weeks on the road together. I think it's the longest time Lois and I have spent together away from home since we have been married. And that's a long time. So that was quite an adventure for us with the two dogs. We really had we had an okay time.
Hey, can I mention real quick?
Yeah.
You sort of skipped something pretty monumental. Over the course of those, not one, not two, but 3 days recording AEW programming, great friend of the show, Mr. Brock Anderson, made his in-ring debut. Yes, we're talking about the son of Arn Anderson. I guess if Arn is AA, we might call him AAA. I'm pretty excited about this. I didn't exactly know that it was coming the way it did. I don't know what I expected, but buddy, I was grinning ear to ear, and I've only, been friendly with the family, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. You, on the other hand, have known this boy since he was a baby.
Yeah.
Now here he is wrestling in prime time on TV. What the hell? Great story.
Yeah. It is a great story. Aaron, Aaron's wife was there. Aaron's other son, Barrett, was there, and they were pretty excited about Brock's debut. Brock is such a nice young man. It's really apparent that Aaron and Aaron have been great parents. It really is. You can just tell. And he's been so respectful for all of us in the back, hanging out with his dad, and um, just they've done a great job raising that young man. And Lois saw him on TV. She said, "Oh my God, looks exactly like him. Looks exactly like him." I said, "Hang on a second. Cast your eyes to the right there. Take a look at his dad. He looks nothing like his dad's trying to smuggle a watermelon in here." She said, "No, I'm talking about back in the 80s when you guys were," I went, "When we were what? Hanging out together." Yeah, okay. Anyway, so there you go. So Brock's start of a great career, I think.
I'm so happy for him.
I am too. I'm really happy and I'm happy that they brought him in, to team with Cody, but to help him out, and just good stuff. And listen, I think on the other end, I think QT is a very underrated worker. He's a great trainer, and he can work, and is a good guy to have on the other end. So, and now we got a strap match coming up here in Miami, and I'm so excited. Starting on the first week in July, that we're going to be going back on the road, including going to New York City.
New York City.
How about that? How about going to the Arthur Ashe Stadium, where the U.S. Open is played, right next to where the Mets play in Queens, in what was the what used to be the World's Fair back a long time ago. Excited about that. Really excited about going to New York City, coming and going back to New York, and pretty soon we'll be going everywhere. So good stuff. Great time to be a wrestling fan. I say that term a lot, I know, but it is. And I'll tell you why. Not only because we've got two promotions, we've got more attention on independent wrestling, I think, than ever before, because we use independent wrestlers from independent promotions, for Elevation and Dark. And it's a great time because we're going to be getting back, and we've got a great podcast, and you've got a whole great network of, and it's increased, it's gotten better. You got Kurt Angle, you got Jeff Jarrett, you got good old JR, you got me, you got Arn, you got Eric, and then of course you got the King of the Mountain, Bruce Pritchard. How is Bruce, by the way? Is he doing
He's
okay?
good, man. He's he had a friend get pretty bad sick on him recently, and it was pretty touch and go. So he was pretty tore up there for a few days, and I think he's okay now. But yeah, we were excited to have Bruce as part of our lineup. I mean, we don't talk about it a lot, but he's got to be, at this point, no kidding around, one of the most influential people in all of professional wrestling. And it's so cool to see that he's back in wrestling and you're back in wrestling, and to think that our silly podcast here had even one iota to do with any of that. It's just the coolest thing ever. And we thank you guys for joining us every week on this silly journey. I'm having fun going week by week through 1986, and I guess we should give